Okay, well, happy Monday to everybody. We're going to look to take the ease off of our math minds and calculators in our heads and look to have our technology do our calculating for us as we move forward. But keep in mind that on the test that we have, probably going to be Friday now, um, we'll ask you to have a non-graphing calculator for part of the test, and we'll also ask you to have a graphing calculator for part of the test. So you'll still be expected to know how to multiply by hand in addition to being able to do it on the calculator. But here's how we're going to do it on the calculator. Let me show you what we're talking about here. So this is kind of review because we entered in matrices last chapter, and so this is just a reminder of how to enter matrices in on your calculator. So make sure you turn it on. And then you have to go into the second matrix button, and the matrix button over here, is the x to the negative 1 button, but the second feature. Scroll to the right over where it says edit, and then you'll want to enter in the dimensions of the matrix you'd like to answer. And remember that when you enter in the dimensions, the order is important. You must do rows first, and then columns second. Columns is how many verticals are there, and rows, how many rows are there, how many horizontals are there. Oh, you probably just heard the start of the day bell. Anyway, continuing on, once you tell the calculator how many rows and columns it has, go ahead and enter each element of the matrix into its corresponding location. It will go left to right and then top to bottom. And then make sure you enter in all the pieces. And if you have more than one matrix, after you enter in your matrix, you'll need to quit out of there and then repeat the process again as necessary, being sure to select a different matrix name. For example, if you entered this into matrix A, the next matrix you add in, you'd want to go down and edit matrix B, and then the third matrix, you'd want to edit matrix C, and so on and so forth. So let's practice. So here you can see that I have matrix A and I have matrix B, and I want to go ahead and put these into my matrices. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up my calculator. Okay, so here's my calculator. I just brought that up, and I want to enter in the matrix A. So I'm going to go ahead and enter in matrix A right now. So I'm going to press second matrix right there, and I want to edit. So now I'm going to edit matrix A, and the dimensions of matrix A, we have 4 rows, 3 columns. So I'm going to press 4, enter, 3, enter. And now I'm just going to run them across left to right, top to bottom. 3, 1, negative 1. Okay, and now I'm going to enter in the 1, 2, 2. So 1, enter, 2, enter, 2, enter. Oh, I missed it. Let me start again. 1, 2, 2. 1, enter, 2, enter, 2, enter, and then go ahead and enter the rest of your information in. I will do so as well. Okay, now we can see that I have matrix A entered in as a 4 by 3 matrix, and all the corresponding locations are exactly as matrix A over here is in our practice. So now we want to put in matrix B. So the first thing I'm going to do is quit out of here. So I press second, quit. And now I'm going to go ahead back into the matrix button, so second matrix, scroll over to edit again, but now I want to enter in a different matrix, and I want to keep the one I just put in there. So I'm going to press down to get to matrix B, and I'm going to edit matrix B. This is 3 rows, 2 columns, and now I'm going to enter in matrix B. You do the same now too. Okay, so we've entered in matrix B, 1, 0, 2, 1, 1, 3, and I'm going to press quit again. So now we have a blank calculator screen, but we have the matrices put in there ready to go for when we want to use them. So do we want to use them? Yes, I think we do. What do we want to do with them? Well, right here it's asking us to find AB, and that's implied multiplication. So we're going to do matrix A multiplied by matrix B. So we've already edited the matrices to look how they're going to look, and so that's good. So here's the notes on how to ask the calculator to multiply the matrices together. So we're going to enter in the 2 matrices, did that. Now we're going to select matrix A, press the multiplication button, go back in, select matrix B, press enter, and then we'll press enter one more time and it will give us the product. Here's how it looks. So go into the matrix button, so second matrix, select matrix A, press times, and to be honest, you don't even need to press times, and then go back in, select matrix B, select matrix, and now let's go down and select matrix B. Now I'm going to press enter one more time, and boom, the product. Here's what A times B gives me. Was I expecting 4 rows and 2 columns? Yes, I was. Because the first matrix had 4 rows, and the second matrix had 2 columns, so it does make perfect sense that we have 4 rows, 2 columns. Alright, so that's the basic idea of how to multiply matrices together on your calculator. Put the matrices in, and then tell the calculator to multiply them. Something else that the calculator can do is it can find the determinant. So we talked about determinants of 2 by 2 matrices. Well, basically, any square matrix is going to have a determinant that associated with it. Remember, this determinant is just a special value that is associated with every square determinant, and it is used when we solve systems of equations. So if I wanted to find the determinant of a 2 by 2 matrix, or a 3 by 3 matrix, or 4 by 4, 5 by 5, any n by n matrix, all I have to do is put the matrix into my calculator and then find where the determinant function is. And you can see that instead of scrolling all the way over to edit when I'm on the matrix screen, I'll just have to scroll over to math. But let's go ahead and go through the process of finding the determinant of a square matrix, and in this case, specifically, a 3 by 3 square matrix. Take your time, enter matrix A, this new matrix A, into your calculator as matrix A. I'll meet you back here after you put in these 9 numbers. Okay, so here is the 3 by 3 matrix, now known as matrix A, and we want to find the determinant of matrix A. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quit out of this screen, go back to my main screen, go ahead and go back into matrix, scroll 1 to the right to math, and I can see here that my first option number 1, says determinant. And now that we've told the calculator to find the determinant, it is waiting for us to tell it which matrix to find the determinant of. So let's go back in and choose matrix A. And there we go, matrix A, and enter. And the special value associated with this 3 by 3 matrix is known as negative 53. Alright, that'll come back later on when we start solving systems of equations, or continue to solve systems of equations, I should say. Alright, so there we go, how to find the determinant of a matrix on your calculator. And then the one last piece of information about our calculator is how to find the inverse of a matrix. The inverse of a matrix. And to find the inverse of a matrix, known as matrix A right now, generically, we'll use that little -1 feature on our calculator, x to the -1 specifically. And as a matter of fact, it's the matrix button, just the actual button, without pressing second first. That's known as the inverse button. So we just plugged in matrix A. Can we find what A inverse is on the calculator? So let's go ahead. Here's the calculator. I want to find A inverse. So all I'm really going to type into the calculator is I want it to say A inverse on here when I'm done. So let's go matrix. Clear, that's not what I wanted. Second matrix, select matrix A. There we go, there's matrix A. Now I'm going to press the inverse button. Now it really just says find A inverse. I press enter, and boom! Well, look at this. One nice long... This is just the first column, by the way. You can kind of see the start of the second column over here with that arrow telling me that there's more information to go over there. So if I scroll to the right, I'll be able to see the rest of what's here. But you can see my first column, I have negative 0.16981132008, and so on and so forth. These are large, irrational looking numbers. And if I scroll to the right, you'll see that that continues all the way along. So our calculator does have a way of turning decimals into fractions, and oftentimes that's going to be how I ask you to write your final answer. So let's turn these decimals into fractions by pressing Math, Enter, Enter. So there's the Math button right there. So Math, and then option number 1 says turn it to a fraction. So I'm going to ask to turn all these decimals into fractions and press enter one more time. And now this is a much nicer looking display of what the inverse function is for this matrix A that we have here. So I'm going to go ahead and put this, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm going to go ahead and put this into my screen. I think I can do that, and there is now matrix A. So that's matrix A inverse. Okay, so not too bad. So we've got 3 buttons so far. We've talked about how to put a matrix in. We talked about how to find the determinant of a matrix, and we also saw how to find the inverse of a matrix. And we're going to put that all together and actually solve a system of equations using our calculator, solving for matrix X using A inverse times B. So here's a system of equations. Turn this into a matrix equation in the form AX equals B. Take about a minute or so and do that now. Okay, so hopefully you put me on pause and took the time to do this. Here's what this system of equations looks like as a matrix. Here's matrix A. Here's the variable matrix known as matrix X. We're multiplying those together. And we have it equal to matrix B. And so if I want to now solve for matrix X, which is my variable matrix, I know that matrix X is going to be equal to A inverse times B. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put matrix A into my calculator. I'm going to put matrix B into my calculator. And then I'm going to ask the calculator to do A inverse times B. Again, put me on pause. Enter this into matrix A, this 2 by 2. Enter this 2 by 1 matrix into matrix B, and see if you can calculate A inverse times B. Your resulting matrix should be a 2 by 1 matrix, which would correspond to what X and Y are equal to. Give it a try. I'll do the same thing on my end. I'll meet you back here in a couple minutes. Okay, so I've entered in matrix A into my calculator to look like the 2 by 2 matrix. There you can see it, 3, negative 5, negative 3, 1. And I've entered in matrix B into my calculator, just confirming that I have the matrices right. And so I've entered in matrix B into my calculator to be 9, negative 7. So there you can see matrix A and matrix B. And now I'm going to ask the calculator to do A inverse. So let's go ahead and choose matrix A. Ask it to give me the inverse. No, that's not what I wanted. So matrix A, let's start again. Matrix A, enter, inverse, times, and now we're going to go ahead and choose matrix B. Alright, so now I can see A inverse times B, and again the times number isn't essential, but if you want to put it in there, be my guest. Press enter, and look at that, decimals. Well, let's math, enter that. Let's turn it into a fraction. And I can see here that my answers are 13/6 for X and negative 1/2 for Y, and there's a big part of me that wants to plug those in and make sure that they're right, or at least try solving this in a different method and see if that I get the same answer. So in my head I'm kind of doing the elimination method right now, solving for Y. Negative 4Y equals 2. Y is negative 1/2. Okay, so I feel really good about the Y, and so I'll assume that the X is right. Alright, well that's basically what we want to be doing here with our calculator. Oh, this is not the right homework assignment. Do the next homework assignment that's on your assignment sheet. The worksheets will be provided to you in class. I hope this was helpful. Please feel free to go back and recheck anything that we did in case you didn't get it the first time. All right, I'll see you guys in class. Bye.